Nice.
In our second to last adventure, Tiberius Wanderstave and his companions endured a magical catastrophe that consumed the city of Masru. It shook the earth, cracked all the structures, and trees just popped out as the entire land of Imankarak was transformed into a lush forest, from the rolling plains and grasslands just taken over by this woodland. In the process of that magical catastrophe, the newly anointed high priestess of Masru fell into the water, and assassins leapt from the crowd. They attacked Tiberius in his villa, they attacked his friends, and Freya Amrin came to assist with some very timely magic, dissolving several of them into acid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You absolutely melted 3 of them into a puddle on the pavement.
Just murder 3 people.
All right. I'll fix the title in just a moment. However, shortly after that battle, it became clear that the High Priestess was furious and was looking for Tiberius, blaming his wild magic blaming the disaster on the wild magic that he controls. They don't know any other wild mages in the area. During that time, Freya was split from the rest of the party and decided to flee to reunite. Can you refresh us for a moment why you're following this sorcerer, why you're along in the first place?
Well, after seeing him almost die, fighting these assassins and kind of feeling this weird responsibility since I was in the room, and also because my dad sent me to supposedly learn from this quote-unquote powerful mage.
Have you actually learned anything from him yet?
No.
Okay.
Not
just
one thing.
For the record.
Yeah, I've learned how to eat a dove
Lessons
and clean the
come in different
bones,
ways.
but it's not really a useful lesson.
You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, that's true.
called survival
You're
training.
right. I've learned from his mistakes, which means that, yeah, you're right. I did learn a lot. So that I feel like sort of compelled to make sure that he doesn't die, because I have the strong feeling that, like, if he does die, my dad would get mad at me. So
That is a powerful motivation. if
Yeah,
there was
oof.
one.
use the full name and everything.
No.
Ooh,
If the middle name comes out, there's elves have a special, Eladrin have a special quality.
What's-
Their season changes immediately.
Exactly.
What's Freya's middle name?
You don't want to know.
Like, Mika didn't bring the wig to change seasons.
Exactly,
Do not
I
bring this
didn't.
up right now.
All right.
We don't have time for
New
this.
quest.
Find her
All right.
middle name.
Middle name.
So, you and Brindar, your bodyguard, have
Yes.
ducked out from the streets as rubble collapses, breaking off your path, and you know you're going to need to meet up with Tiberius and company later. And the only way forward right now is through the remnants of the famous Hanging Gardens of Masru, where all sorts of plants from distant lands, some of them from possibly other worlds, some of them look a little familiar to you, having been raised in the Feywild. There's cedar trees and cypress and olives and apples and citrus and nothing from this clime at all. The way that the river kings and queens of Imankarak show off their wealth is in the lushness and variety in their gardens. So there's a lot going on. I'm just gonna stay this time. Stay. And a lot of it has fallen over and been taken over by other trees just ripping up left and right. Are you proficient in nature?
I am not proficient.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to give different information than I would if you were proficient.
17 plus 2, 19.
All right.
That ain't bad.
Pretty good.
While many of the plants that have been grown here in beautiful, ornate ceramic pots and growing beds and such, and hanging in beautifully woven knots and such from the ceiling, you don't recognize many of those, but a lot of the plants that are popping up and growing from the magic do seem closer to home, more familiar with the territory that you come from. In fact, it's almost as if a sylvan forest is what's intruding here. It's like you're almost close to your homeland taking over the city of Masru.
Interesting. I would like to take this opportunity, as I was doing earlier, to start picking things that I recognize and find would be useful for spells that I know I would need.
Okay.
And rituals.
Roll an Arcana check,
Can do.
and then roll a Perception check for Brindar, your bodyguard.
If I'm proficient in it, that doesn't... Just regular Arcana check. Ooh, 17 again. 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. Dirty 21.
Holy moly.
Right.
And then you said
Solid.
perception for Brendar?
Yes. While you're doing that, he's
I got a
just keeping
10.
an eye out. Okay. So,
Why are you like this, Brent?
Slurping his juice box in the background.
Juice box. It's a very Tiberius thing to do.
3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
That's your whole meal
7,
for the day,
8.
by the way.
Roll a d8 for me.
Roll a d8. That is one of these bad boys. 3.
3. So as you're searching through, there's a garden of herbs that's being kept sort of close to an orb that's radiating a very hot, dry aura about it. And it's growing in sandy soil. You can tell this is sort of a desert biome. And there's a number of small cloves. They look almost like garlic, but they've got a waxy orange outer layer to them. And as you reach towards them, they're giving off heat. You recognize these as flame cloves. They're mildly poisonous naturally, but not only do they have culinary properties, but when properly treated, they can enhance the potency of alchemist's fire.
Ooh, okay.
You'll gather, let's say, 1d4. Go ahead and roll a d4, and that's how many usable doses you have.
That's a 3.
All right. As you turn that there, and Brindar keeps his eye on your back, he grabs you. There's a vine reaching from a planter behind, trying to weave its way around his neck. He's got one hand on the vine holding it at bay, and the other one sort of pushing you away from it.
Okay. Let me just add 3. You said fire cloves?
Yes.
Fire. Okay. Can I attack it?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to hit it with a ray of frost.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a spell attack.
15 plus 4. Does that hit?
Yes, and that's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
All right. Regardless of the damage you do, the sheer cold is enough to trigger the plant's winter response, and it furls back up on itself, retreating into the depths. But it's a reminder that things are completely out of whack here. They've been knocked askew, and a lot of the plants that we're growing here are dangerous.
Knowing that, I'm going to take the small dagger I have out of my thigh holster and
right.
just kind of walk around with it.
All right.
But continue to search for useful things and snacks, because you said apples.
All right. Search for snacks.
I'm going to, poisons and apples. It seems
Apples,
like.
the
Yeah.
most important ingredient in a crisp apple juice box.
Potential
100%
sponsor of
juice.
Castles and Castles. Okay. Do you have
Is
Investigate
Kirkland
as
help
a
us?
skill?
No, I'm not proficient in it.
Roll it anyway.
Roll it anyway. Only a solid 8.
Solid 8. Your way is blocked by a collapsed passageway. You can tell that a lot of the more exotic biomes and plants will lead this way, but the earthquake and the trees jutting through have collapsed the stonework. How would you find your way around or through?
Collapsed stonework.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to strike it with Witch's Bolt.
Okay. Witch's Bolt is an arc of lightning, and the stone doesn't really respect it very much.
Well, that's
It's not got that much power.
rude of it.
I know, right?
Let me see if I have anything. Ooh. Is a strength of 2 enough to move rocks?
No.
Shit.
Brindar sort of shuffles next to you.
I kind of want to nudge him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be like, can you move those?
All right. Roll a strength check for Brindar. As he starts just...
Ooh, not 20!
Yo!
He's huge.
He sort of looks at it. It's not that bad. There's a tree that grew in. He grabs the tree and just shifts it slightly, and all the rubble collapses and falls down out of the way. It was holding it all up.
And I just go,
Nice.
He gestures you through to the next chamber. Roll another Arcana check.
can do. 11 plus 4, 15.
All right, 15. And roll a d6.
Roll a d6. 4.
It's a 4. All right. As you're walking through this gallery, it's very light and airy, and you actually feel a faint breeze blowing by, which is odd because this place is almost entirely closed off. And it's got this light sort of perfume smell to it, and as you look in the direction that the wind is taking you, it's actually coming from a bunch of beautiful pink blossoms, emanating this soft, perfumed breeze in your direction. You're not sure you've ever encountered anything like this before. It's not native to the Feywild or anything else that you've experienced, but it's definitely supernatural.
Not one to trust many things.
Smart.
I am. Is it blocking my path?
Nope. It's just growing on the side. You're looking for weird magical plants. You found a weird
it's just
magical
growing
plant.
there?
Yeah. Deliberately. It's supposed to be here.
Ooh. I would like to take 10 minutes
Okay.
to cast Unseen Servant.
Mm-hmm.
And command my Unseen Servant to pick the flowers.
Okay. Brindar will stand guard as
It's better safe than sorry, you know.
I love it.
you were trying to do all the chalk and the chanting and stuff earlier when the disaster struck. You kind of had to knock it short, so it's fresh in your mind still.
Yeah.
All right.
So I want to take the time and make sure that Brindar is standing guard.
Oh, yeah.
So I can cast Unseen Servant. Did
Absolutely.
I cast successfully?
Yes. Roll a Constitution saving throw first.
Uh-oh.
5.
Okay. Yeah. No. Everything's completely fine.
Okay. All right.
As far as you know.
That you know.
That I know
I
of.
was gonna say.
So I'll have the Unseen Servant bring the flowers back to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll hold out my pouch and have them just put them in so I don't touch it.
So you just see these flowers, and then they get cut abruptly. They float across with sort of gentle floating steps, and they plunk into the bag. And you hear something from the next gallery over.
Okay.
Sounds like a whisper.
Can I understand what it's saying?
You thought you might have heard the word Emrin.
I'm going to just ignore that. I'm going to keep walking.
Okay.
But I am... Yeah, no, I'm just going to keep walking.
Okay.
Okay.
As you're walking forward, and the hanging gardens were built on the side of a cliff. There's places where it's collapsed, and you kind of have to edge around. And as you're edging around it, behind you in the cliff face is another passageway that's mostly collapsed. It feels very cold in that room. As you're sort of edging precariously above the river along this little piece of balcony that's still clinging to it. And you think you just barely catch the word on a whisper, Nenri. And then vengeance.
Vengeance. Does it feel magical?
There's a lot of magical in this area.
Yeah.
Feels cold.
I'm going to take Brindar's hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to slowly walk towards where I hear
All right.
this whisper coming from.
You enter a tunnel that goes into the side of the cliff. And inside is a vaulted room, smoothly carved. There's no engravings of any kind, no statues, no iconography. In the center of the room is a single planter of volcanic glass, obsidian, filled with dark soil and the remnants of a metal cage over it. And the cage has broken. You can see pieces of the ceiling that fell and smashed into it. And inside what used to be the cage and the planter is a single bloom. It looks like a lilac, just one lilac bloom. It is dead, as far as you can tell, and it's covered in a thin layer of ice, and it is colder as you walk towards it. The whispers get louder.
It hasn't been an hour since I've been walking, correct?
That's correct.
So Unseen Servant is still up.
Correct.
I'm going to stand as far back from this flower as physically possible, with Brindar just a little bit in front of me.
Okay, he's got his shield
Yeah.
out, and he's protecting you.
And I'm going to silently command the Unseen Servant to go pick this flower. Can I understand any more of the whispers?
Elmspire.
Elmspire. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I want the Unseen Servant to pick the flower.
Okay. It rises. It doesn't seem like it had any roots at all. It was just there, as if someone plunked the stem right into the soil. It rises into the air and floats towards you.
Do I know what this is?
You can feel magical power coming off of it. Actually, no, you can feel magical power flowing towards it.
Have I ever seen this flower before?
No.
And I don't have a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces. Shit. Unfortunately. I guess I'll just take it. I'll just take it. But before I leave, I'm going to cast Encode Thoughts. And I'm going to pull a message from my head that just says, I'm sorry, and I'll have the servant put it where the flower was.
Nice. What does the message look like?
The message looks like just like a white string, kind of like in Harry Potter when you put
pensive,
him like a pensive. Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like a pensive strand. Yeah, so it just says I'm sorry, and I just have the servant put it where the flower was, and I put the flower in my pouch.
Years from now, archaeologists
okay with that.
excavating Masaru will say, the Canadians were here.
Makes burglary okay, right?
Yeah,
You
you
just
just
leave a note that
apologize.
says sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly.
How sincere was your thought?
It was kind of monotone. It wasn't like if somebody read it and it was read in like Freya's tone of voice, it'd be like, I'm sorry.
Wow. Up at the end, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like
It's not a question, but
it's
all right. So now, is it stowing it in your bag for you, the unseen servant?
yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm not touching it.
All right, roll an
currently.
Arcana. No, we'll wait until you actually study it.
Juice boxes
That's
are
fine.
hard. Okay.
This just in: juice boxes are not air.
During my next long rest, I would like to choose to
Our
attune with it.
camera is
Okay.
flashing on and off.
Yeah, I think it's just the cam link. Kurt's
It's a whip. All right, excellent.
Nice.
You are able to make it out of the Hanging Garden without further incident and escape to the forest. Did not used to be a forest outside, where you reunite a ways up the river
Okay.
with Brindar's help guiding you. Unless there's anything you wanted to do along the way, I don't want to railroad you here.
Can I do kind of want to. Before I meet up with them, I want to sit like by the river and I want to take this flower out. Do I still hear the whispers after I've left?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, then
It is talking to you. It is not just ambiently whispering. It is talking to you. Brindar doesn't hear any of it.
cool. So I want to sit down by the river bank, knowing that we're probably going to meet up with them soon. And I'll sit down and I'll just say to Brindar, if something happens to me, if I turn, feel free to kill me. I don't know what this is. And I want to take out the flower and I want to put it in my hand and see if anything happens.
Okay. As you grab it, your hand becomes numb from the fingertips almost into the wrist. And the flower blooms to life. This beautiful dark violet color. Lose 3 hit die.
Whoa.
Wait, like permanently?
No,
Okay.
not permanently. Just as if
Okay.
you spend them to heal.
Okay. Great. So I want to drop that. I want to drop it.
Okay, you let go of it. It's still alive. It's like in its prime now, just on the riverbank.
Ooh.
What's your hit die?
So that's when I take a rest, how many hit die I can roll, right?
You'll get them back.
I'll get them back, but but for now,
You're down to 1. So a hit die, you have 1 hit die per level, and you can use them to heal when you take a short rest without
Yeah.
needing clerical healing of any kind.
Oh, I see.
You get
Right.
half of those back when you take a long rest. So everyone has their own innate healing abilities, which it just drained almost all of.
cool.
Is it different for each class?
Everyone gets 1 hit die per level, but it's whatever you
Right.
would roll to gain hit points.
Right. Okay.
After I dropped it, did the feeling come back to my hand, or is it still numb?
Oh, it's still numb.
It's still numb.
It's gonna be numb until those hit dice come back.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna kind of gently pick up the flower again.
All right.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know what this magic is?
Yeah, go ahead. You spend some time, rifling through its aura, seeing if you recognize anything.
16. Wait, no, 15. 15.
15. Okay. All right. The stem, by the way, not only is the flower a beautiful dark violet, the stem is a bright gold, and it's still covered with frost.
Interesting.
So you've recognized a few things about this. 1, the magic imbued in this flower is the same as the more dangerous magic that your father taught you. So
Interesting.
you absolutely recognize that part. But it's bound up with some fey magic that you've been exposed to, but you've never actually wielded yourself. The most powerful representation of that magic you've ever seen is the wild surge that just consumed this city.
Okay. Would my Arcana check tell me if this is the kind of thing that I could use for a component or would use for a poison, or it's just cursed?
You've attuned to it now.
Oh.
Yes. After when it ate your hit dice, it attuned to you. You can feel it. It's a focus for your spells. And it is hungry.
Hog.
Your attack spells, your spell attack rolls have +1.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
And you can spend charges from the flower to increase the damage of your non-cantrip spells. To interface with when you use your face step, you can call upon it to get an additional effect. You also believe that if you used all of its power at once on an enemy, it would really mess them up. But it does not regain charges naturally at dawn.
So there's something that I have to do to recharge it.
Mm-hmm. It was at 0 charges when you attuned to it.
Seems very necromancy-ish. I'm liking it.
A little bit.
All right. Is there something that I should be putting in my items, or is there like a
I don't have
a homebrew of some sort?
I'll add a homebrew to D&D Beyond afterwards. For now, let's just call it the Elmspire Blossom and move on.
I love it. All right. That's all I wanted to do then.
Excellent. And then will you rejoin the party, or do you have anything else? Brindar sort of looks at you. He doesn't have his hand on his sword. He's like, yeah, I know you said to kill you if something happened. That was not happening.
I kind of sigh at him,
Mm-hmm.
but like pat his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can take a short rest at least, you said, because I tuned to it, just so I can gain some of my spell slots back.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right. Using what wilderness skills he has, he leads you up the river where you meet the rest of the party. They are gathered by the water, and they are not having a good time. They seem to be in significant distress. In fact, Marcus just woke up, and they're all sort of huddled around him as you emerge from the wood line.
God, oh God, oh God.
I can play something calming
Are
if
you all-
that would help.
Are you all right?
No.
Just a dream, Marcus.
Just a dream?
Just a dream, yeah.
No
You're
beasts like that live in
Trying
dreams.
something fearful.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Would
Can
you
I,
like him to sing you a song? I have it on good authority.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
quite calming.
Oh, I can. Or
I'd like
I
it
could
if you
play-
would never sing any songs ever again.
What about slam poetry? Oh wait, that's out of character. But what about poetry?
No.
Are you sure?
I just want to be left alone.
Calming
I just-
tale might help you.
I just want to be
Here
left alone.
All right,
we
all
are
right.
amid the trees.
Leave the boy alone.
Your
Perhaps
tender
a fresh
heart.
swim in the cold water.
I'm gonna-
The fear will flee.
I'm going to stalk off into the woods away from them as they're just shouting at suggestions of how to improve my mood. And I'm just going to sit down on a log and
What-
as you
what'd you
walk so
dream
calmly-
about?
On your way
Oh.
into the woods, you encounter an Eladrin princess and a very tall, very burly elf.
Like,
God, where the hell were you?
why are you crying?
Leave me alone. Yeah, go see the others.
No,
I'm
but like,
keeping watch.
but why are you crying?
You don't
Did
want
you
to know.
stub your toe?
I just glare at her.
Did somebody insult you?
You been having fun frolicking in the woods, little elf?
Were you offended about something?
I just sit down.
And I sit down next to
I
him.
just sit down
I'm like-
cross-legged.
Do you want a snack?
What do you have?
I snatched some olives from the party.
Party olives.
Yeah.
It's my favorite type of olive.
Pocket olives.
Pocket olives. I just kind of
Pocket olives.
take some olives out of my pouch and hand them over.
I eat one olive and chew on it for a long time whilst not making eye contact.
All right.
Linty.
So you're gonna tell me why you're crying?
I had a bad dream.
olives and we'll make
It
you
was a
feel
really,
better.
it was a really, really bad dream.
I would just start cackling. Come on now. No, really, what happened?
I take another olive and walk.
And I follow him like, no, okay.
Brindar kind of looks at you.
I'm sorry.
He looks at you.
I'm not looking at him.
Would you dream about like wolves or dragons or?
We all got murdered by a giant flaming horse, and the city was on fire, and we all died. Okay, we all died, and I think it's gonna happen.
Well, first of all, that sounds kind of cool. Second of all, that's probably not gonna happen.
Sure.
Third of all, have you ever met a flaming horse?
No, I've never met a flying horse, but
So
Are you sure about that?
I don't think I've ever met a flying horse. But my
Flaming or flying?
flaming.
flying and flaming. That was the thing.
So
That was the thing,
Right,
Fran. It was
so,
flying and
okay,
flaming.
so-
And it was like a memory. It was like the rebirth of a memory
But-
from my youth.
you couldn't have had a memory of a flaming horse killing us because you'd never hung out with us before. So it
wasn't
seems like
specifically that memory,
I'm
but
just
the
saying.
scent, the smell, the memory. My granddad has been into some weird shit, Fred. You honestly get out while you can. Just leave me with the old.
no.
codger.
Here's the thing: if he dies, then I'm gonna get yelled at, and I'm really not in the mood for that.
Our motivations are in such different places. I'm trying not to get killed by flying, flaming horses. and
Once
you're trying
again,
not to get shouted at by your king.
I
dad.
don't think that a flaming horse exists, so I think that your problems are solved there. But if a flaming horse does exist, I have ice magic, so you're fine. You're good.
You were not here. Well, no one was here. It was in my head. But no. Okay.
So isn't that just more reason to stick together?
But yes. Let's go back to the group.
All right.
I'm gonna start taking down part of the hut I wonderfully constructed last night and turning it into the campfire for the morning.
All
I'm
right.
trying to catch
Yep.
fish again.
All right. We remember how well that went last time.
I'm
They're
gonna,
all
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Good
look.
point.
This camp had some
I'm
difficulty.
gonna look
Sorry.
over my staff,
Remember how well it went when
the
you
broken
tried to
staff
catch
that I
Yes.
picked up,
Yes.
I've never made a camp before.
Um,
that was my first time.
It's beautifully
did
made.
great.
and I'm gonna try and basically fit the pieces together on the ground, try and get an outline of how it would fit together
Okay.
again.
All right.
And does it somewhat look like it's all one whole piece, but just broken into multiple
There
pieces?
might be some splinters and bits gone. Some
Yeah.
of the iron, not iron. Some of the metal bindings are like fractured. It's got major scars on it, and it has. I don't remember if I mentioned this. It has the same sigil on it that the journal page you have, has on it as well. Roll an Arcana check.
This is a big boy roll.
Oh, big things.
What's just the natural result?
16.
Yeah, okay, don't worry about the rest.
All right.
This used to be a relic of incredible magical power. This is the sort of thing that wizards and sorcerers dream of. This was a staff of power. One of the mightiest implements of magic that a mage can hope to wield. And it was made a long, long time ago by Ioth in the Great Empire, where dawn magic was created. This
Door
is
magic.
door magic.
door magic.
This is an old relic, and when these things break, they cause like a small magical cataclysm, an explosion that throws everything. It's amazing this many pieces of it still exist. And it was in your trophy hall.
Bendy boy.
Yes.
You know mend magic, don't you?
Yeah, I can put it back together again.
Hey, give it a go. Why not?
It might not be quite as magical, but it will be a great stick.
It's worth a try.
All right, I mend it. I'm going to use mending on it. Or at least I can mend part of it. I can do like one break, basically. So over time, I can mend the whole staff.
Okay, roll a percentile dice for me,
Sure.
please.
Okay. It is 50.
50.
Yep.
All right. So as you put the staff back together, there's an arc and a jolt of arcane magic, and it sticks together.
All right.
It's not quite right,
Mission accomplished.
and it's getting a lot smaller.
Oh.
Actually, everything's getting a lot smaller.
Ooh.
Bendis grows to twice his height as it just arcs off to
Whoa.
him.
Hey, whoa.
Hello.
Everybody guys, I've got some great news. The forest shrank overnight. This is great.
Did I
We
get
can see so far now.
smaller
No,
too?
no, Bendy boy, no.
You
Wait,
guys,
did I shrink
what?
with the forest?
Yeah,
You guys part of the forest now?
You've grown twice the size.
Is he a giant?
I guess it is just me, isn't it?
Is your ma a giant?
No, my mom was an elf. I don't know who my dad was, but
Is your
I don't think he was
dad
a
a giant?
I think we would have known by now.
Well, we might know now.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Eh,
I guess I'm a giant, guys. I guess my dad was a giant.
Wow.
I never knew.
lore.
All
The
this
lore.
time, I wondered.
I'm pretty sure that's
And
not how that works.
I don't think that's
You
how
know,
that works.
No, I
I-
have it on good authority from the
Sometimes
giants.
people hit growth spurts. Giants, they live a long
Yeah.
time.
Half
be
giants
about-
don't get
it's my
big
moment,
until
guys.
they're in their 20s.
Well, this
So-
is great.
Based on what he's
I'm
done,
huge.
30s?
You
How old
don't
Are
are
my
you?
believe
clothes
this is-
big too?
What was that?
Are my clothes big too?
All your belongings also.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, we're
All
not
right,
doing.
great.
We're not going Incredible Hulk here. So
Just double checking.
you rather suspect
Yeah.
that this process will not work to reassemble the staff.
It's back
But
together.
but the
isn't it?
piece he just glued together that can be used for something. It's got power in it. It's just a little off kilter.
Now I can sing to the world.
He slowly starts to shrink back to normal size after a minute passes. Oh!
Forest.
Okay.
I
Oh.
suppose you're not a giant then.
This is
Well,
all one whole piece.
That mystery remains to be
It's
seen.
all one whole staff.
Maybe he was.
No,
a
it's not
half-giant.
one whole piece. He
you
fused two of the
grow
larger pieces together. It's
larger
about the
when you're
size of a
seeing
wand
them?
now. But there are some other pieces that are even more broken and not likely to fuse together without the use of serious, hardcore magical work, not a mere cantrip.
Bugger.
But yeah, it's got power flowing through it.
Okay, I pick it up and test it on a tree.
Okay, roll a percentile dice.
After you do that, I'm happy to put another piece together with you. I mean, put it together for you. That sounded weird in the way it didn't come out like I intended, but you get the idea.
It is 93.
93. All right, everybody roll a Constitution saving throw,
Oh,
please.
God.
I test it on a tree.
Abracadabra!
18.
Avada Kedavra.
You're good.
19.
You're good.
I have 11.
You are not good.
18.
You're good.
Oh,
You,
me
sir,
too.
You too, sir. You too. I said everybody.
7.
7. All right. Was it just you and you who failed, right?
Good, as it should be.
A burst of colorful, shimmering light emanates in a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
The two of you are just blinded.
Ah!
Tiberius!
What happened? You have to wait until I fix it completely.
For God's sake, man, put down the stick.
Let me slide the pieces over to
All
me.
right, all right. Wait.
feeling
Before
around on the
you
ground.
do anything, I have a question for you.
What?
What's the plan for the day here? We want to put this stick back together, right? What else do we want to do?
Oh, no,
Because-
no.
It doesn't matter.
We're heading to Dotane's Rock.
Oh.
I received a note here somewhere in my stash. Here it is, yes. And I believe it showcases that Dotane's Rock is one of the sources of this catastrophe. I think we might get some answers there.
While he's busy with the letter, I'm going to steal the stick from him, the little magical stick.
All right. Roll a sleight of hand check against a perception check.
Also, I'm watching all of this happen. With my Arcana background, would I know that this is a magical stick?
It's
Well,
not
you
one.
I mean,
Definitely
seeing it, yeah, like seeing it, this is probably not a good idea for
You
him
are
to have.
confident it's a magical stick.
So I'm seeing that he's trying to do that. I'm going to, since it hasn't been an hour, I'm guessing, use Unseen Servant to yoink the.
You mentioned you took a short rest to get some of your
you're right.
spell slots
So-
back.
I'm going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to cast Unseen Servant quietly.
All right,
I'm going to
well,
have
Who knows
Brindar
what can
sit in
happen
front of
in
me.
those 10 minutes.
All right, so you start doing
Yeah, I
that.
start doing that
Right,
for 10
I've-
minutes.
What did
I
you
rolled
get?
an 18, he rolled a nat 1.
Okay, well, you now have the magic stick. Your hair stands on end as you hold it.
Where is my stick?
I'm going to put it back in my pouch.
We've got some more pieces we can try to put together if you want.
No, it
You didn't get
requires
all of it.
requires powerful magic.
Tiberius, the letter.
have that.
The letter.
The letter,
Come on,
yes, the
focus,
letter, the letter.
Focus, Grandad, the
Well-
letter.
As you're all aware, there's a lot of trees around.
Yep. You got
correct?
You are right.
Yes, and I believe part of the problem may have been that it uses my body as a conduit. Now, the fey magic, the wild magic, it has various ley lines, but none that run along here. The next closest one, I believe, is Dotane's Rock, which the note that I have here displays. But it also warns of some other catastrophe that's about to hit, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that we need to go to Dotane's Rock and figure out this whole mess. That will be the place we will set off to.
Can we back up to the catastrophe thing?
Well, I haven't really read too much into it.
Can we read too much into it?
Yes, I mean, it says that the entire kingdom of Galadron is at risk.
Is
How?
is it outlining how we can?
Presumably, something to do with the wild magic.
Chat has just triggered an act of God.
Wonderful.
I have just rolled, and I know what the act of God is. I would like everyone in the party to roll a d20. Lowest roll, let's say, wins.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
What do you roll?
8.
3.
10. Yes.
Some terrible rolls there.
All right. What is
Lows
it?
roll.
Do I get big again?
No, you don't. Actually, the entire experience of growing and shrinking, either that or something you ate last night, not agreeing with you.
No.
You feel incredibly nauseous.
Oh no.
In fact, you are poisoned,
Oh, great.
and
Thanks,
you will,
chat.
you will need to step aside every so often during this scene to vomit.
We should definitely go to Dotan's Rock. One sec.
Ooh, did you have too much to drink? did
Dotan's
you?
Rock.
Yes.
You know, you could have shared the liquor.
Yeah, I think I had something, or I'm allergic to her. But we spent our childhood together, so I think it's
Seems
not
very
that.
highly unlikely.
But she just showed up this morning, and I hadn't seen her in a while. And so,
I don't think that was the issue.
yeah.
Where's this
Has it
liquor
been 10
you've been
minutes?
hiding?
Not yet.
Okay.
Liquor?
No, I wish.
We're almost
Great.
in real
I haven't
time
drank
until somebody
any
does
wine
something
yet.
that takes a little more time to
Okay.
do.
Well,
All right, well,
do you even know
I'm
the way
gonna
to Dotane's
take
Rock?
a sit down.
What
over
are you-
there.
While you take
drinking
your
all the
sit
water
down,
for the day?
there is
No.
a handout on the table in front of you.
Oh, okay.
This contains information that your character would know.
Oh.
You do not have to share it with the party. You can share it whenever it's relevant, so you feel and sound smart.
Oh, okay.
This prevents us from going an entire round of everyone rolling and me telling them what they know.
Right. About what, right?
Relevant
about
information your character
various
might
things.
have.
Okay.
Everybody has one of these in front of them. You are free to peruse it at your disclosure whenever you'd like. I don't want to bring the whole game to a stop for it. Yes.
What time is it right now?
It is early morning. The sun is not yet up.
So did we take a long rest?
The rest of the party did.
I do not.
But
have
I
one of
didn't
these.
yet.
Is it
Not
because
yet.
I was
Okay.
a terrible
You just
player and did
arrived.
not turn
Got
in the
it.
story.
You are welcome. No, you should have one.
I don't have one.
Is this?
No,
No,
that is
that's
not.
that looks like it's for an act of God.
It isn't actually.
Oh.
I absolutely made one for Faden. It may
There
have
it
been
is.
lost.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
there it is.
I
Yeah,
tidied
there you
it
go.
up.
There you go.
Hooray!
So since elves do the trance thing and they don't actually need to sleep, can I abandon the unseen servant and like do a trance while they're arguing real
Absolutely.
quick?
When
Cool.
this argument is over, we'll give you your long rest. And why don't you start leveling yourself to level 5?
Thank you. Can you?
What?
So that is that envelope right there
Interesting.
is your handout. And much like your own memories and mind, it is in scraps and bits and pieces. And anytime you'd like to see if you know anything relevant, you may roll a intelligence. Let's skip that. Just draw something at random, and that's what you know.
Wait, what?
That's hilarious.
That makes a lot of sense.
It represents the inside of your mind. Why don't you go ahead and pull one and see if it's anything interesting?
Dotane's Rock. I think I
They're
know
not all helpful.
where that might be.
Grandad, what can you remember about Dotane's Rock?
Well, let me tell you. Oh, you know what? Wait.
What do you remember, Grandad? Hello, Grandad?
No, I just remembered. I know a tune, a magical tune that can call sort of an.
A magic tune? That's great. Let me.
No. Oh my lord! Yeah, the horse of the south wind. It would be able to take us to and from at a rapid pace, but I can't quite remember it.
So you
It would be quite useful for this trip.
You know the tune, but you just don't know the
I
tune.
know. I think it goes down by
All right. Before you keep singing,
It's giant tongue.
before you keep
It actually would
My
be giant.
people-
I am
you understand it.
I don't understand it, but
It sounds like your
I'm starting
instrument.
to think that
Pass me
I'm
the
starting
stick.
to think that they're my ancestors.
I'm going to try and summon it. I
No,
need
but all right, but-
conduit.
Okay, I'd like to propose a curse action. You see, I'm a bit of a religious person myself, and I know that what changed this forest. Well, it's beyond the power of any mortal mage. It couldn't have been your body.
No, it was. It was my body.
It's a titan or a sovereign. I'm not very bright, but I'm very smart. Or maybe that's backwards. But one of them is true. And so I think if I could speak to a what can speak with me goddess, I could know the answers of what happened here.
Well, I think I got a pretty good idea of what happened. We don't need to do that. Let's.
Tiberius, that does sound like an actual logical plan.
We just need to head north.
Well,
Right. I want to go north as well.
should we go north along the river then? And then
Well, there's this place you see called Killidar's. Killidar. Well, you're above ground language is weird. Killidar's Trail.
Ah, Killidar's Trail.
Yes, that place. Do you know it, Da?
Well.
Well, I'm quite sure that it's north.
Wait a
but
second.
I'm not quite sure where. And
That's the same thing I just pulled.
I could navigate
Don't
to
put them
there.
back.
Great
That's
excellence.
counterproductive.
Yeah.
I could navigate us there, possibly.
I do think that would be a good idea. We still have the boat. I mean, do we still have the boat?
We do that.
Yeah.
It's
None of
right
that.
here in
I
my
think-
box.
I think I
Boat?
dreamt the
I
boat was
don't want to
destroyed.
get on a boat right now. No boats, please.
No, it's your
I
damn
can-
fault for drinking the alcohol.
It's okay.
Drinking.
It's okay. I can. I'm gonna
All right,
cast.
you know, I have an idea. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna cast the disc.
Tensor's
my
floating disc. Yes.
Here, Bendy boy. Hop on top of the disc. There won't be any of that messing around with the boat, and we'll trail you behind the boat. It'll be fine.
Okay, thank you.
You can sit down. and
Oh,
have
we're
a
going
nice
inner
ride.
tubing.
Right,
Delightful.
I've just got to pray for a moment first, though, if
Okay.
it's all right. And I'm actually gonna kneel down and set like a little circle around me and kind of take the necklace that I found in his basement off and set it in the center, along with my focus, which was also a necklace. So I'm wearing two necklaces.
All right,
And
all right.
hold the focus like above it, and I'm going to perform an augury ritual.
Ah, okay.
For 1 minute. And I have like a little pouch of like specially marked bones that I brought from home under the sea. They're all different fish bones with like little markings and stones on them that I would be casting around this circle and trying to read.
All right.
Um,
When you throw the bones, they show up both weal and woe.
right. Well,
Try not to get it on the disc, Bendy boy, please. Try and.
It was in the river.
Oh yeah, good. Thank you. Keep the disc clean.
Are we on the boat?
Would
well, it
you-
can't be any
Not yet.
worse than we're at now,
Not
I
yet, Grandad.
suppose.
You're
He's
sat on the
already
floor.
throwing that.
Oh.
That's woe, right? Yeah. It's going to be fine. Let's go. And I bag up the bones.
All right. Did you have something?
Have I snapped out of my trance at this point?
Let's give you your long rest and
Okay.
you level up.
All right. Sorry, I was just going through spells.
No, that's totally fine. And again, you don't have to like just read off. That's not a script. That's just stuff you know.
But there is something that I wanted to point out.
Who has that boat?
I do. It's my boat. Or not my boat, but it's our boat.
I believe it was
And I-
mine, but it's the party's now.
It's our boat,
boat.
Dad.
Yes.
What was that? What? And I'd read the first word.
It is grayoid.
It unfolds into a boat.
Faxis. That's the bigger one.
It's a larger boat.
That's a bit. It's too big for this river. Greyoid.
Gisidua.
It collapses into a box.
Oh,
Greyoid.
It opens back up.
Tiberius, you need to stop saying the words.
All right, can I have my stick?
I'm loath to give you the stick, honestly.
I need to find Dotain's rock.
What are you gonna do? With
Oh
the
no,
magical
I've got some navigator's tools. I know we're going north. We can start that way.
I can use it as a scrying rod.
It's
Don't
got
do it. Don't give it to him.
Why don't we give it instead to Freya?
I think that's the best idea.
Well,
And then
it's
Freya.
powerful magic.
Exactly.
You. I hate to break it to you, Grandad, but you may be a little past your prime.
Marcus, you
She
can't
melted
trust
people with acid.
You can't trust necromancers. She's been killing flowers. I can sense it.
Grandad, she's
Can
right
anyone-
there. She can hear everything you
Oh
say.
no!
Cure.
Are you a necromancer then?
I mean, technically, no.
The
Yes,
stick, please.
technically.
Technically, I specialize in evocation magic, but necromancy is just interesting.
It's like a minor. You know?
Oh,
I'm gonna give you the stick, Tiberius.
I'm
No.
telling you, she's a future
If
Lich
you-
Queen.
Tiberius.
I'm right here.
Sorry.
She's right there. It's
Oh.
incredibly rude.
What?
I also saved you from dying.
well, it
So
doesn't
that's-
sound like she creates undead, and I only have a problem with those.
I'm gonna try to go to sleep on the disc.
Okay.
I'll give you the
coyly
stick if
vomiting
you
into
promise
the
to be
river.
careful.
I'm gonna
with it.
start
Yes.
trying to navigate north.
Okay.
I give Tiberius the stick.
Ex convitus navigatus.
Roll a D100.
26.
Okay. This cloud of hideous, stinking gas just erupts across the entire boat. Everybody roll a Constitution save.
Can I immediately dive in the water?
Yes, you can
and
immediately
breathe
dive in the
underwater?
water. Yes.
I was trying to sleep. Oh, jeez. All right.
10.
12.
410.
Yikes.
Oof.
Okay,
If I didn't make it in the water in
Hey,
time.
it can't get worse
Or-
for me.
you're already. It really can't hurt you any more than you're already hurt. But the rest of you are now just
Just dry
retching
heaving now instead.
and gagging on this hideous smell.
Okay, hand the stick. Hand the stick
Underwater,
over.
just looking
I
up.
just snatch the stick as I vomit over the side of the boat.
I'm rolling around.
The cloud lingers for
From
what feels like.
underwater, I would like to cast Gust of Wind.
It does not do what I just said it was going to do. It blows away on a gust of wind.
There you go.
Thank you.
This might be a bad time to tell you, Marcus, but I think I'm at fault for your dreams.
What do you mean?
Well, I just recalled actually what you were telling me about the warlord in your dreams. Well, a long time ago, Hotan and I we faced in battle.
I've heard the stories, Grandad. You bested her.
Yes. May have actually severed her dreams from her body
What?
with ancient runes.
Wait. Whoa.
Yes. I mean, the power I thought would be good enough. I mean, it was ancient stuff, but it must be just leaking now and escaping. And I think she's found you. Yes.
Now he's leaking and
Yes, Hotan's
Well, that
leaking.
happens when you get older.
You didn't kill Hotan.
Well,
Now she is going to murder me repeatedly in my dreams.
I thought I killed her. I left her in a vegetative state.
Why would you not finish her?
Well, but the volcano was exploding. I had to leave.
Can she hurt me?
Well, not through the dreams. It would just be quite traumatic. Well, maybe a little bit of psychic magic as well. But nothing you can't handle, Marcus. You've been built for this, All those years in the town guard, stable boying.
I'm just gonna walk off and sit at the front of the boat. I want nothing
All
to
right.
do with this.
All right.
I want to follow him.
Okay.
I want to sit down.
Okay.
Hey, quick question.
What do you want?
First of all, rude.
that's mean.
Second of all, well, I was kind of out for a second. Where are we going and what's going on? I'm just kind of on a boat right now.
We're going to Dotain's Rock. It's a ley line. It's the something about the fit. He's got a bee in his bonnet about somebody using his body to conduit some stuff.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because he's not powerful enough to do all of this.
I don't think it's about. He used to be. That's what
But-
it is. You see. he used to be an incredibly powerful wizard. He's just lost it. He still knows how to do some things.
But he doesn't know how to do all of this.
No, but I think somebody's taken control of him and using him as like a wand, like a human wand.
Well, if you're not going to be a dick about it, I can always help. You know, I can map ley lines. We can figure out who's doing this.
Your father taught you well.
Oh, this is a private conversation.
You are part of this, bitch.
I'm saying it to the wind. Whoa.
Don't. I'm sorry for my attitude. It's not been a good 24 hours.
Nah, I get it.
Don't tell Tiberius that you can do this.
All right.
Let's just let him think that he's running things, and we'll take him the right way. But we do need your help.
All right. I promise that I'll do what I can. If you can find a way to forge your dad's signature on a note that I learned under him, or something, just anything that I can just leave after this is done. I've been sent to study under him, but clearly he's lost his mind. But my dad doesn't know that, so if we can just kind of find a way for me to, you know.
As long as you help us achieve our goals,
100%.
I'm down to help you achieve yours.
All right, it's a deal then.
It's a deal then,
It's a
Freya
deal.
Amarand.
It's a deal. And man, gotta be honest here. I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, I cease to see how I am the rude one in this conversation.
Marcus.
Don't take it personally.
You don't associate with the plebs. I know.
Marcus.
I just had a lot of stuff on my mind.
Sure.
You know?
Marcus.
Tiberius.
Would you have that helmet?
Yes, I got the helmet. The one with the glowy eyes.
Yes, pass it here, please.
The one that looks like it could be very bad if you put it on your head.
I'm not going to put it on my head.
Give me this. Oh, you've already got rid of this.
I don't know where to
I feel like I'm handing you objects for you to mess around with one after another.
Please, it's important.
Do you want a frozen giant's bone as well? I bonk him on the head.
Hey, don't treat him that way.
Pass me the helmet.
Oh, that's gross.
I throw him the helmet and I
can't
go
help
back
it.
to sitting at the front of the boat.
Cast
That
detect
feels
magic
very
on it.
good.
Well, it's definitely magical.
Freya, I have a question for you. You know, you know magic things, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen what? Do you happen to know what this might be? I'm gonna pull out the sack of salt with the metal rod in it.
Okay. It's a sack of salt with a metal rod in it.
So just gonna hold it. That's all it is.
It's fairly large.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a large sack of salt with a large.
It's like a
metal
12-inch metal
And all
rod.
I know is that it's for alchemical purposes.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Yes.
Okay. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say. 16.
Well, not only is it a sack of salt with a metal rod in it,
Yeah.
it's not inherently magical.
Okay.
It's much more alchemical. Are you proficient in alchemist's tools?
No. I'm not. That would be under tools, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay. That or nature. You get the feeling it's stored like this for a reason. You don't immediately recognize its type of metal. But yeah, it's meant to be kept dry.
Don't touch that. Don't touch that.
It's meant to be kept dry.
I know alchemists.
Maybe you should
tools.
keep it.
Yeah.
You have proficiency?
Yes.
Tiberius wants to see it.
Pass that over here. I'm now holding the helmet and I'm holding the sack of salt.
I'm kind of like
remember
eyeing
what it
Marcus.
was the other morning, but he might remember. now.
Come. I'm quite proficient in
Do
alchemy.
much damage with a stick and some salt.
Hesitantly, I hand it over.
All right.
Right. Marcus, hold that. What? By the way, what was the school of magic of that?
In illusion.
Illusion. Nothing to worry about. You can put that on in battle if you want. Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, I trust you with my life.
Okay. I'm going to inspect it.
You can also make a skill check, but we'll go with this.
Look at his face.
It really is an old man.
I'm going to roll a skill check here.
All right. Did you get the limerick yet?
What?
What'd you roll?
11.
11. It's some sort of exotic metal, and it's stored in salt because it really, really needs to be kept dry.
Yes, I do not put this in water, it will explode.
Oh, and you gave it to me.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize at the time what it was, but yes, now it all comes back to me. Yes, but it makes a great bomb in the moment.
Were you trying to kill me there?
You want to give it to Marcus?
Well, Marcus, anybody can create water?
I can.
You should probably hold it.
I go swimming at night.
Oh, well, you should not hold this. Marcus, you hold this, but in a moment's notice, it can become a bomb. You just got to chuck it and create water.
I would very much not like to be holding this.
Also, I
hell,
lied
give
to
it
you.
here.
I cannot create water. That was someone else in a past life dream that I had.
An incredibly powerful druid who may or may not be responsible for the current state of affairs, but I digress.
Can
just
anyone help me?
remember. No, Bendy boy, you're doing fine. Also, Marcus,
not.
another bit of advice. Never use Kraken ink for lubricant.
Whoa.
What?
Wait, lubricant?
Whoa.
Yes.
Grandad, what in the hell did you just say?
No. Anyway.
You yell, unleash the.
Anyway.
Well, should we set off?
Yes,
I don't
yes.
know how to help you. You don't have any wounds I see that I can cure. Or.
How long is this gonna go on?
Roll navigation check if you're trying to find your way to Killidar's hoofprints.
Okay.
Assuming you're not doing something
I am
else as a
trying
party.
to find my way. Now, I have the tools. What do I use for navigation?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yes.
That's good, because I am somewhat wise, and I rolled poorly, so 11.
11. All right, it's going to take you a little bit. It's particularly difficult when you can barely see the sky because of all these trees growing up in angles. Trees were never meant to grow out of a riverbank, up in the middle of the water, trying to scrape against the hull all the time in unfamiliar territory. But nevertheless, you're roughly familiar with Killidar's hoofprints, which is a series of lakes that were said to be struck in the ground by the great spirit of horses, Killidar, the first horse. It's a sacred site nearby.
Well, I'm also proficient in water vehicles, if that helps.
That actually is incredibly helpful. Anytime anyone does anything with the boat, it really should probably be you.
Rather than Bendis.
Who does eventually recover from his sickness,
Oh,
fortunately.
thank goodness.
Yes.
I'm feeling better.
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
I think I'll go for a walk.
Nope. I feel happy.
I feel like dancing.
All right. So the party may take a long rest. It is going to be several days' journey as you go. And your dreams, while troubled, do not seem to be invaded,
Okay.
Marcus.
All right. Cool.
I
Does that mean I
eventually.
can prepare a different spell if I
You
want
may
to?
change your spell slots. You may make any, all your hit dice return, Mika.
Sweet.
I eventually come to the conclusion that Tiberius was just going insane, and that he
That's
probably
usually a safe
did
bet.
defeat Hortan, and he's just forgotten about it, and that it was just a one-off dream. It probably won't happen again.
All right.
Meanwhile, having seen him scream, I've decided to prepare calm emotions instead of warding bond.
All right.
All right.
Have we arrived at Killidar's trail?
You are about to arrive.
I have a quick question for the DM.
Yes.
Since my information has something that's location based, do you have like an estimate of a map that I can look at to see?
It'd be a very rough estimate. Give me a moment. Actually, why don't you pass it to me, and I'll just see exactly sort of what.
I
you're-
would like to know about the second two things at the bottom.
All right.
Killidar's trail.
Marcus, do you remember Shine Bright?
It's
You can see
The
it.
wizard who used to write to me.
The
Who used to keep in contact. He was an
Okay.
odd fellow, but
you could
he was
easily
a
navigate
great
there.
Okay.
grasp of transmutation.
I do vaguely remember Shine Bright. I don't think.
Why are you talking like that?
Sorry, Grandad. Sometimes I like to take the piss by talking like you.
No, not in front of me.
No, I. Sorry, Grandad.
What's going on
sorry.
over there?
I am sorry. I don't really remember him. No, it must have been many years ago.
Yes. Yeah, he hasn't wrote
I am
back.
still very young. Yeah, a lot.
How
I
old
don't
are you?
know. I'm only 19. Grandad.
What?
I don't know many of your friends.
You're built like an ox.
Yeah, well, I'm a big lad.
Yeah, well. Let's take after me.
Before we get off the boat, I want to pull Marcus aside. I'll be like, hey, so you know the whole deal we struck thing, right?
Yeah.
So, while we're here, I'll check out the ley lines here, but there's a mountain. You see it just to the east there.
You do, in fact, see it.
Mount Sutor? Sutter?
Sudor.
Sudor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mount Sudor. When I was studying back home, I heard that there's a massive ley lines there.
Okay. I know of the place. It's a holy place. They
Yeah.
say you can talk to the wind and the stars.
And maybe I can. Maybe I can talk to these winds and stars, figure out what the heck's going on. So if we don't mind passing through, we won't tell him what's going on, but it might be helpful.
Let's plant the idea in his head. We'll talk about how lovely the mountain looks a little bit. I'm sure he'll jump straight on it.
Cool. Thanks.
You notice that I'm standing next to you at this point, and I go, I can talk to plants. If we need to talk to plants, I can talk to them for us.
Bendis,
so just
I
let me
feel
know.
This kind of information would have been so useful previously.
I only learned how to do it recently. But now you know.
Can you have like full conversations or?
Yeah, well, I can ask them what's up. You know, what's been going on in their forest area.
How about
or
ask the
garden.
trees why the fuck they're here?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Do you want me to do that?
Bendis,
Yeah.
do you not think for yourself?
I mean, yes, I was very ill.
It's true, you have been ill.
Yeah. I'm only now just coming to myself again.
Yeah.
So
Can
yeah,
you talk to your didgeridoo and figure out how to play it? Is that enough of a plan?
No, it was made from a plant, but it's not a living plant anymore.
It's not speak to
no.
dead plants.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not like a necroplantologist or something.
So unfortunately, our ears
Is
are
that
still
a
doomed.
real thing up here?
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna-
Elmspire has a great course on necroplantology.
I
You
failed
have
that
to do
though.
correspondence from here.
I am going to cast Speak with Plants. Are you familiar with the spell Speak with Plants?
I am. I am. What does the spell Speak with Plants do?
Holy
It
shit.
lets you talk to plants.
You imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow simple commands. So I can even tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Like I can make tough terrain passable terrain by asking them to move out of the way. But I'm just going to ask the nearby trees, be like, so you only came here recently. Do you remember why you came here or how you got here to begin with?
Day 3. Still in unfamiliar enemy territory. Strange insects climbing in the boughs. I hear hooves and screaming on the ground below. Very odd dirt. Very strange mineral taste. 2 out of 10. Do not recommend. Hoping to go home soon.
All right.
Oh, what?
We're-
Sorry, what?
Oh, we're here. We're here to help. I think. I mean, we're here to find out why you are here. So, were you in a different place before?
I think so.
You think so?
Yes.
How about the rest of the trees? Same for them?
Yes.
Do you know each other? Did you grow up together?
That's a great question. I'll be real honest with you. I don't remember much except appearing here 3 days ago and knowing that I don't belong here.
All right. Well, I mean, we're here to try to find out what caused all this. We've got the greatest sorcerer to ever live, Tiberius Wanderstave, with us right now, and we're trying to make it to that mountain over there. If you could pass along the word to maybe have some of your buddies kind of scoot out of the way, give us a smooth run through, I'd appreciate it.
We'll do what we can, but I'm going to be real honest with you. We don't have a lot of agency right now.
Oh.
Like, we don't even want to be here. If I wasn't being held down here right now in this moment, I would love to just not exist at all.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. But I can't. Not an option.
All right. Well,
Big mood.
I can tell you're hurting, and it's important when you're hurting to know that the magic of music and song can soothe even the most barky soul.
Oh, please no.
And so let me sing you the song of the trees. In the great forest, so happy. Why do tree laughs sound like screams?
As he's just talking, you can't understand, but you just
Screams. It's trees screaming.
Well, I can tell you're busy. I will
there's a
sing you the
tree
rest
jutting
later.
from the river, and as he does this, its roots go doom, doom, doom.
The tree just killed itself.
And then
Oh my goodness.
Oh, poor Bendy.
so happy.
A nearby
once
tree.
More.
God, I wish that was me.
I take out my didgeridoo, which I forgot at home, but I'll play it.
It's like it's still with us. Yes, exactly.
Sound of the trees. I'm sorry, guys. That's enough soothing for now. I'll be back later. Thanks for the information. And I turned and guys, I talked to some trees.
What did
And,
we hear? What does talking to trees sound like?
screaming weirdly, but it's just their language. That's how they are.
I see.
Anyway, they don't know why they're here. They have no idea. They just
should-
popped up. They don't know if they existed previously.
Bloody well expect so.
I'm telling you, if I can talk to my goddess through one of the water weirds, we'll be all right. We'll know.
Well, the trees aren't much help.
Well, where do you find a water weird?
Well, I
Are
can
you a
summon one
water
if you can
weird?
go to the. No, I'm a Triton.
Right.
I'm only half Triton. I'm a bit weird. He's my dad. But
Bit weird.
if we can go to the pool, there's a group of secret pools up near
Killidar.
Killidar's trail.
Do I notice her flower thing? Like, is it clearly visible on your person?
Is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Tis back in my pouch.
All right.
It's back in my pouch.
Just checking. All right.
I had that thought.
Well,
All right.
let's
I-
try and
I
find your weird
caress
water then.
One of the bushes and say, "Don't worry, it'll all be fine soon."
Right. So north then.
How far away are we from the secret pools?
We will be there by noon today.
Marcus, is that the mountain of Sonda?
Sudur, but yes.
Suda.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
heard
that's-
though we might need to watch out for some locals. They might also think the pools are sacred
So
and maybe don't worship the same god as me.
Well, it's nothing a bit of fire can't fix, am I right?
Oh, all right. Yeah, that should work. Fine.
Yes, yes.
I mean, for once, I agree with him.
you will not want to murder the holy locals of
Oh, why
Killidar's
not?
Trail.
You don't
Everyone's
have
an
to kill
enemy.
him.
Oh, they're
You
the
just-
horse riders.
You just kind of got to scare him off, you know?
They don't
Yeah, a
like.
little bit of fire, burn down their sacred woods.
Well, if there's fire, I'll just go underwater. It doesn't
Done it
really
once or
bother
twice.
me.
I think I may have started a whole cult
Sort of
down
their own
south.
fault for not being able to breathe water,
All right,
isn't
all
it?
right. Lead the way. I'll come with you. I've got my shield.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna go to the front with Faden.
So, I'm like your aunt and stuff. Do you need any like auntly advice about life?
Am I getting the talk from my aunt?
Tell you
Who's
bars in
been
the
half
trees.
a fish?
Comes a time in your life
Oh my god! I start
when
trying
you
to walk
might
faster
look at a
faster
fish
away.
and wonder,
I shuffle away.
is this the fish for me? I saw the way you were looking at that tree, and I don't know what it's like up here, but if it's the tree for you,
I'm gonna
then
grab
you...
her for a second. Faden, I shake her a little.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't need to be family. We can just be friends. That's fine. I'm not looking for an auntie.
you don't want to be my family?
That's really mean.
I thought you'd left. Bendis.
Bards have a special ability to show up whenever it's inappropriate.
So true.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody's crying, Bard's there.
I sense drama. I'm here.
You're the only nephew I know, and you know my dad didn't stick
The
around
trees
long
told
enough
me.
for me to have any siblings, and now you don't want to be my family.
I put my arm around her shoulders as she's crying.
What's happening over there, Bender?
It's the laughter of the trees.
Okay, Aunt Faden.
Oh, is it Marcus?
Where am I? Actually, no, where am I? Where's my character?
You're on the boat. Where would you like to be?
Where are you guys
Where is this
going?
conversation happening?
We're starting to set off down the trail.
Sure.
All right, so you guys have
right?
you brought up the
Oh.
ship and you're about to set down
Yeah.
towards the pools, the sacred pools.
Yes. Be careful with these locals. I think I might know them, but I don't
The trees?
know. No.
They seem friendly enough.
Okay, Tiberius. And Faden, it's fine. Thank you for the advice. Let's move on.
You're welcome.
Show me the way.
Well, okay, I'll show you the way. So you see, when you meet her,
Silently.
what you're gonna
No, the way to the pool, Aunt Faden. The way to the sacred pools. Not the way to fuck a fish.
Oh. Right. Well, excuse me. Sorry, my misunderstanding. This way then, if you go unfurl the sails.
Nah.
Gesundheit.
No. Consider
You know, I'm really surprised that your soldier friends didn't tell you more
The ship
about
folds
it
up.
Glad I was on the
sooner.
shore already for once.
All right, where are we going?
So you're able to lead the party down the trail through the forest towards these sacred pools. As you approach, you hear horses and muttering.
We are not alone.
Who's leading the party? Brindar will close ranks.
In the back.
Yeah, I would like to lead the party.
I'm gonna.
Are we still we're not on the boat now?
You've left the boat. You're walking through the woods to reach these pools. They're not connected to the rivers. They're independent, again, like hoof prints on the trail of a gigantic horse. Strewn across the land.
Hello?
Shush! Tiberius, shut up!
Hello.
clamped
I'm
my
going
hand over
to
his mouth.
cast fog cloud
Okay.
around us
All right.
to try and obscure us somewhat from view. It creates 120 foot,
120
or sorry, excuse me, range of 120 feet. 20 foot,
Okay.
excuse me, a 20 foot
I was
sphere.
like, whoa.
20 foot sphere around
Actual
us.
giant cloud.
I mean, I like Storm from the X-Men too, but yikes.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, but no, just 20 feet. Just 20
Okay.
feet.
And you just sort of set it off to hide you.
To kind of hide
All right.
us, as it were.
You hear shouts and panic and a few different voices gathering up their things and scattering.
Oh dear.
Tiberius,
Yes.
who lives around here?
Well, I'd like to roll a religion check.
Roll it. I will also accept history.
It's the hummus tribes.
That's correct.
I know.
That's another not one for me, too,
Wow.
this session.
Boy.
Oh,
I believe it may be horse people
they are,
who came here from another dimension.
No, it's not. That's not true. It's the hummus tribes. They're the raiders from Imankorak.
It's
No,
spelled with a
no.
K.
The horse people
The
from another
horse
dimension.
Hide in
raiding.
the
The
bushes
horse
right
raiding
now.
people.
I'm proficient in history. Can I do a history check to see if I know if they're hostile people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dirty 20.
Okay. The Humus tribes, there's a whole bunch of different groups. One, you've got tribes in this area. It's an entire culture spread across Iman Karak.
Can you spread them on PETA? I'm
It's
so sorry.
only with carrot sticks. They don't go with pita. Yes.
How about
It's spelled with a K, just for the record.
Oh, okay. Well, you said hummus.
Yeah,
so I
well,
was
it's,
like,
it's pronounced. It's a very throaty pronunciation,
Hummus.
but they're not
Hummus.
made from mashed up anything.
damn it.
Unfortunately.
You can see the spelling right there. There's still names.
See if I cover that K right there, that's a
Yeah.
tasty ass
See,
snack.
I took the
So you're very healthy.
the linguistic roots I was working with before I actually thought about it. I do that a lot.
Valid.
Yes.
All right. So this specific tribe, though.
Right. Well, there's in this
many.
area, the one thing that they have in common is that they all have a very deep connection with horses. Now, some of that use that to become the Dothraki light. Others are wandering traders and nomads, and they can be very peaceful. They can be very warlike. This particular group seems to be skedoodling.
So knowing that, I think earlier I would have started casting Phantom Steed,
I like that.
which I can do as a ritual, which is noise. So it's an
Nice.
11 minute ritual. But I think I would have probably, getting off the boat, have started casting.
That's fair. You had plenty of time to think about this.
What does that do?
A large, quasi-real horse-like creature appears on the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice within range. I decide the creature's appearance, bright white, kind of like Zelda's horse in Breath of the Wild. It's equipped with a saddle, bit, and bridle. Any of the equipment created by the spell vanishes in a puff of smoke if carried more than 10 feet away from the steed. So I can ride it.
Would you like to?
I would like to ride it.
All right. And then where would you? There's a fog cloud. The group of you are gathering. You can hear them sort of like gathering their things and leaving quickly.
I would like to quickly trot to where Marcus is and say, just trust me on this. And I'd like to trot ahead out of the fog so I can kind of I want the group to see me on this regal looking
dramatically emerging from this mystic fog.
Exactly, on this beautiful white gleaming horse.
All right. You see a number of them. They've got satchels tied to their horses and wool blankets, and there's women and children and older men, and they're just literally like scampering. And then they see you for a moment. Do you have intimidation, persuasion, or performance?
I have persuasion proficiency.
Okay, give me persuasion with advantage.
18 plus 4.
Okay. All right. They stop fleeing, and you can see like they kind of look at each other, and they start clambering around instead.
And as they clamor, I just kind of
elbow, wrist,
Yes,
touch the flowers, blow a kiss,
exactly.
wipe a tear.
And I say, have no fear, everyone. I have come with my subjects. We are just passing through. We are trying to find sacred pools. If you do not mind us in your home.
Okay.
And then I go back to...
It's doing that.
Yeah.
The Queen's wave.
Exactly. All right. So what will the rest of you do? They are definitely not attacking. They don't even look like combatants.
Just gonna lead
I'll just
into
walk
the
up.
fog.
And they're gathered around one of these pools.
I'm actually gonna before we all walk out, I'm gonna be like, guys, come here. Come here for just a moment, please. You're all willing, right? Just be willing.
Willing for what?
Willing for
What are you
what?
talking
All
about?
right. And I would start speaking in primordial for a moment, and pull out little bits of cork from my pouch, and I just kind of sprinkle little bits of cork on each of their shoulders while I'm mumbling in primordial, and kind of like then take the talisman and just kind of clonk it on each of their foreheads.
What?
Right.
What are you
And then
doing?
like clunk it on my own as well. Right. Well, you can walk on water for the next hour, so let's go.
Oh, all right. Thank you. That's
I
great.
wasn't
That's
there.
very useful. Walking
But I'm
into
on a
the
horse,
forest.
so...
I was going to see if your Phantom Steed could do that.
shit.
I don't think it can, unfortunately.
Otherwise, I would do it for you.
That's all right.
But you were
Unlucky.
already gone.
That's true.
So, one, you have access to the water. They're definitely granting you access. Two, they are begging you for help.
Who is it like everybody screaming? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. It's very hard to make out through all the voices, but they're asking for help because like half of them aren't here. They've been cursed. And they're asking you to lift the curse.
They aren't here.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, maybe a glowing holy white horse was not the right way to go on this. How far are they from me right now?
How far would you like to be?
Traveling
We're trying to follow behind you,
they're
but you
right behind
galloped
me?
off.
Yeah, I'll be right.
I would have kind of like tried to lead them onto the water, like around. So now I was like, you guys can walk on water. So like bring the fog cloud around onto the water just offshore from where she's standing.
I'll be playing a regal song on my horn, which I also have.
So there is
I
now
have-
creepy music coming from the
fog.
water, the fog on the water.
So the people
This all
don't know
checks
that
out.
they're here.
They
What was
don't know
that?
we're there
the
yet. We're
people-
standing on the water in the
They
fog.
see a glowing horse and a fog cloud that's blowing a horn. That's
Gotcha.
what they got.
So I'm going to say, excuse me, my new subjects, I must retreat to my fog cloud to converse with my other... And then I just kind of ride back into the cloud.
Okay. How long does your spell last?
An hour.
Okay. What would you like to do? You're now standing, you're all standing on top of this hoofprint shaped pool. You're on a glowing horse. You had to ride into the water, you didn't
Right.
get the enchantment. It's not that deep. You can run around the shores of it pretty easily.
Before anything happens, I'm going to just kind of pop in and be like, hey guys, do what you need to do. Everybody's cool. But they're screaming about curses and like people are dying or being taken or something. I feel like maybe we should look into it.
Oh dear.
We have our own troubles.
Yeah, but also
we'll
like
be
we're
fine.
using their pools.
Yeah, you can always do what I do in these scenarios when you meet the locals.
What's
You
that?
promise them things and you don't actually do them.
Tiberius, you
Is that what we got here in the
I
first
can't
place?
believe that you, Tiberius Wanderstay, would do something like that. You're a hero.
Sometimes.
Da, you saved my village from a kraken.
Yeah, he's a good man. Just write down in the book he's a good man. He doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes.
Well,
Did you not kill that kraken?
the deception every now and then doesn't help.
It certainly doesn't help.
Took a lot of magic to put that kraken to sleep.
There's also
To sleep, did you say, Da? Did you not kill it?
Dead. Sleep is in the dead. Put him to sleep.
The
Dead.
endless sleep.
The endless sleep. Yeah.
Tiberius, focus.
Right.
Focus.
Sorry.
focusing on the fact that
Of course.
they're cool with
right,
us
so,
now,
1
but
hour.
what if they're not cool with us if we don't help them?
Fair.
I don't
They
know. These
look
people,
friendly, I don't know.
they just like horses. Also, my horse doesn't last
doesn't?
forever. So when my horse disappears, they
How
may
long
hate
does your
us
horse
again.
last for?
An hour.
All right. Well, by the time we can't walk on water, you don't have a horse.
Right, well, let's get on with it then.
That's about the entire. All
Let's
right.
go.
So, here is assuming that you're going to go ahead and start focusing on the water weird while the rest of you figure out or contemplate what to do about the locals. The challenge set before you is to create a ritual that will allow you to summon such an entity. You don't know any off the top of your head, so you're going to have to come up with one.
Oh,
I
right.
can.
The entire party is able to help you, but I'm going to need to hear from you what you would do to summon a
Right.
water weird.
Well,
If it involves any
would you mind
acrobatics-
leaving your floating horse for a moment, or
Performing.
your horse for a moment?
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
dismount.
The three of you, would you
Splash.
carry her out here for a moment, please?
Am I swimming currently in the water?
No,
It's
we'll
shallow
keep
near
you
the
dry. We'll
edges.
keep you dry. These three can carry. Well, these two can carry you. You don't have to carry anyone. But if you'd all come with
Right.
me, we'll stand on the surface of the water. I think it's the best here because it's the place between the land and the water where the air meets the water.
Yes.
We'll do it right here. And lay her down. Can you float on your back? Can you float?
Am I floating?
You're
There's a couple of
floating.
blossoms just there, and the lighting is perfect. This is incredibly Instagrammable.
So she's floating beautifully, and I'd array me at her head.
We're not going to sacrifice her, are we?
No, of course not. Of course not.
I
Don't
mean,
be crazy.
I mean, I can't allow that. I'm
I'd do
supposed
the
to help take
opposite
care
of the
her, too.
undead necromancy thing.
Okay. All right.
Right. So, in the name of Liban, let's do this right. You stand at her feet, you stand at her left hand, and you stand at her right hand.
All right.
And you float and breathe and think serene thoughts. And I'm going to take the necklace that I found in his
Oh,
basement.
that might.
And I'm going to
Yep.
put it around her throat,
Marcus.
Okay.
on her.
So this necklace, it is made from coral. At its heart, it has a glass vial containing some sort of almost violet mixed,
can't
like
remember.
indigo, incredibly dark violet mixed with pure black, almost like an inky sort of oil roiling at its heart.
Marcus. I can't remember if the amulet, if I took it from the Krakens, or if the people gave it to me. It could be evil.
So I'm putting it on
There's
her.
some water there?
Yeah, it will.
It felt right for me when I put it on me,
It's
so I'm
all
going to
right.
put it on her. Anyway,
Tiberius, she knows what she's doing, I'm sure.
right.
She
I
must have
put
done this
one,
many times
and I
before.
take
Right.
my focus at my throat, put it there, hold my hand over the focus I just put on her, and first I would cast Shield of Faith on her
Okay.
to give her. You have +2 AC.
Whoa.
Nice.
For can I do that? Is that yeah?
For how
Because
long?
Water Walk is a ritual spell. I can do that. So for up to 10 minutes,
Oh.
or until I lose concentration, you have +2 AC. So I kind of do that to try and like protect her physical body, and sort of like call through the water, like from reaching out through my God and my faith, and like through the waves, and cast.
Oh, okay.
What's
Okay,
happening?
and try and like call to my God, and if necessary, well, let's see where we get here first.
Where is this going?
Let's see where this goes. Try and call to my god and kind of almost invite
looks really
the
authentic.
water weird to see her as a vessel.
Okay. Okay. All right.
This looks good, guys. This looks like something that's gonna work. This looks very authentic.
Yeah. No, don't worry.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't worry, Tiberius. She knows what she's doing.
All right. First off, do you have any
like me to
magic
play any music during
items
this?
or anything that's already on you that might prevent?
Well, I'm trying to get it to come
Spiritual-
into the necklace she's wearing.
Okay.
Specifically.
All right. So you're not
Not
trying to
me.
Not like
use her as a medium.
I'm just hoping that her body and magical power will also help conduct it into this thing that's on. And it also looked pretty if she was floating because she can't stand on the water with the rest of us.
Makes sense.
Okay. Roll a religion check for me.
Okay. Oh dear.
I like this. This is fun. This is good.
Dear.
I'm looking for
This is-
defensive spells right now.
This is the party working
religion
together.
check?
That's what this
Yes.
is.
20. Not
20.
natural.
A dirty 20.
not bad.
Okay. All right. The ink within the vial floats and turns and begins spinning in spirals. It's incredibly distracting as power flows through it. Why don't you go ahead? You can feel it working, but it needs some more energy of some energy source of some kind.
Okay. While I'm holding my hand over top of her, I'm gonna suddenly grasp around it. I'm holding it. It's not resting on your chest anymore. My fist is over top of you, and I'm gonna be sorry, and then cast Thunder Wave and push her down.
Wait, before this happens, this happens, when she says sorry, I will immediately cast False Life at the 2nd level on myself, which will give me 1d4 plus 9 hit points.
Extra hit points.
That's really good.
Okay.
So that's 10 extra hit points.
Okay. How much damage does your Thunder Wave do?
It's there's a con save. She gets to
Go ahead and roll that.
Just in case.
That's probably
con
smart.
save 15. Will take half as much damage.
No!
Okay, so the
Okay.
full damage, which is
Full damage, which is 2d8.
Oh, that's not
Oh
so
my god! Isn't
Plus
this a shallow
2D.
pool?
plus 2d8.
No diving.
And then she's pushed, so she'd also be pushed 10 feet underwater if it's 10 feet
Okay,
deep.
to the bottom of
place
the
a lot
To
water.
the bottom of the pool. Okay.
What happens to those of us who are
And then the
standing
water
on
would kind of whoosh.
Yeah, so all of you
kind of-
standing on the water. Whoa!
Jesus, that would look impressive, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So deal 4d8 damage as
Wait, what the fuck?
a charge from the amulet is expended, resonating with the power of your thunder magic.
Boy.
No.
I feel like
I'm
the title
doubly
of this episode
sorry.
is now officially
The
sorry.
title of this episode is When Phaedon Accidentally
her
Killed
character?
Freya. Oh shit, that
Oh
was
yeah,
a bad
that's
start.
definitely
6
possible.
plus 1, that's 7. Plus 5, that's 12.
Okay, so 3 points of damage after your false life.
15 total.
Okay, so
Okay.
6 points of damage after the false life. That was a very good instinct.
You said how much was it title?
6
Total?
It was total of 15. You had 9
Total
false.
15 damage.
All right.
Okay.
All right, there's a boom as she goes under the water.
Sorry, I didn't realize how squishy you were.
All right.
I'm a fucking wizard!
I'll heal you. I'll heal you after.
Okay.
Be my friend again.
So here's what should have happened. What should have happened is that thunderclap goes off and suddenly Freya hits the bottom of the pool. But you keep going. You just plummet. And as you open your eyes, you just see water in every single direction. There is no floor. There's no surface. And in the deep, something moves past you. Something enormous.
Oh, what have I done?
You.
Can I breathe under here? No?
Not yet.
Not. Fucking.
I believe you can hold your breath a number of rounds equal to your constitution before you have to start making saving throws.
Oh, my constitution is +0.
Okay, well, what's your actual score?
10.
10. Okay, so you have a minute of
66.
air.
I have a minute of
You have
air.
a minute of air.
Okay. And I don't. What just passed me? I don't know.
something huge.
Something huge.
Huge, gargantuan.
Okay. I'm going to. Oh. Can I cast minor illusion to like light, like a light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a cantrip. So I just want to kind of
Just illuminate the
water.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see hair. Just like flowing hair. Almost a wall in front of you. And as you cast light, the hair floats in the water and it shifts to turn around. And a face as large as a temple just looks right at you.
Cool. I'm going to swim as fast as fucking possible upwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just kind of tracks you as you start swimming. Meanwhile, in the mortal realm, Freya vanishes with a clap of thunder to the bottom, and the water curls back up. It actually stays like a crater, like the spell, the impact stayed there. And from the bottom of the water coalesces and rises up in the form of some kind of a serpent made of flowing water. And it looks at you, and in the primordial tongue it says, "Speak."
Well, don't mind if I do.
Not you.
It turns and looks at you.
Which deity might you be?
I want my journal to write this inevitably.
Oh, great
amazing thing
word
down.
of Liban.
I should probably stay quiet.
We come seeking knowledge of the trees that have erupted and hope that Liban might know more of this great tragedy that has befallen this land.
The ley is fractured and broken. A great blow was struck in the north, and it has shattered the veins from there to here. The shape of that fracture is this forest. And fire raging across the land.
Fire, you see.
Yes.
How do we fix these ley lines?
One at a time. What do you seek?
We seek to repair the ley lines and to overcome. What was the name of your dream lady?
Hotan.
And to destroy Hotan.
I care nothing for wars of mortals. This name means very little
What
to me.
I also seek is to bring glory to Liban and serve in all the ways that I best can.
That's more like it. Roll a Constitution save, by the way.
We can't understand any of this, by the way. Do you speak primordial? Yeah, I don't either.
15.
I
Okay.
speak primordial.
You are still swimming upwards. There's still no sign of anything.
Also,
Your lungs are burning.
do you know what happened to me friend here? What was helping us cast the spell?
We have exchanged.
Oh, great!
So when you leave, she'll come back then, yeah?
Yes.
I see. We best be quick then. Is there aught else that we should know of as we seek to right the wrongs for Liban?
The source of the fracture is far to the north, but this land can be restored and the influence of the autumn woods broken simply by healing the places where the ley crosses.
Oh, can you ask him if he knows any good songs, fish songs?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Are you aware of...
We are done now. You can undo the exchange. Thank you. And all of my best wills to Liban.
The horse of the south wind?
Yes, the tune is just on the tip of my tongue. Do you
You know
remember it?
Vindur really hates you, right?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
I...
And the water bounces back up, and Freya emerges to the top, and you, like, suddenly, you just feel yourself rushing upwards in the water, and you see a light, and you break through the water as your vision was beginning to cloud and tunnel, and you were completely soaked, and everyone's standing around you.
Oh, welcome back, love.
Oh, wow.
I silently
You gotta
walk
tell me what it
towards
was
the
like down
horse.
there.
Oh,
I
no,
take
love, come here
Grindar's
but for
hand,
about a moment.
And I just start walking away.
My love, no, but wait. I wanted to...
No.
Guys, don't worry about it.
Well,
She gets like this sometimes. Just give it time. Don't worry.
I take that to mean
I
that
saw
you're
this
Turns
all the
and just
time.
silently looks at you.
Can I
I'm
take
like,
that
you
to mean
know.
you're not willing? And I'd start running after you, trying to just put a hand on you to heal you.
Roll a perception check as you run out.
Oh, no. That's a crit
Oh,
fail.
that is a- boy.
Okay.
3
Oh
today.
boy.
I,
A lot of
like
ones today.
before like I get too far because I don't want to yell around the locals.
They're gone.
The locals are
They're
gone.
gone.
Okay. Well, either way, I turn around and I say, "You don't know what was down there. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then I keep walking.
Wait, what was down there?
Did you see Liban?
I saw a fucking monster. Its face was huge. Its hair was went on.
Saw the goddess.
The goddess looked like it was going to eat me, and you left me to drown.
No, I brought you back.
And I keep walking.
Okay.
But I brought you back.
So, as you walk in that direction, you do hear hoof prints coming towards you. All the locals are gone. And roll a perception check.
I still have my horse with me, right?
You do.
Okay.
Roll perception. Actually, what are the rest of you? While
Yikes.
you're doing this, what'd you get?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? We've established what you're doing. What are the other three of you
I'm
doing?
going to explain what happened to our fellows here who don't speak
Yeah.
primordial. And so
I would be curious about what was said.
we have been tasked with repairing the ley lines that lay nearby.
That's great.
If we repair the ley line, the forest will retreat
How
All
does
right.
one repair a ley line?
with great difficulty.
That's accurate.
Let's do it.
Would I know how?
Roll an Arcana check.
15.
Okay. Every ley line courses with a different form of magical energy. Most of them are elemental in nature, but there are others. The best way to heal a ley line is to go to a node where they cross. You need a powerful source of the correct type of elemental energy. For example, this pool is a water node. You need to bring some sort of powerful source of water energy there and then integrate it back into the ley line.
And I can track it. I can track where the node
Yeah,
is.
this is a
so-
node. You could
right.
follow this to, you could map it out from here. Or you could, if an armored group on horseback wasn't approaching you.
Do I see this?
Well, you rolled an 11, so not immediately.
Not immediately.
Meanwhile, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Oh, I was going to talk to him about getting the lowdown on what was said.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm absorbed and I'm like writing it down furiously in my bard's journal,
Let's repair the ley lines.
taking down the epic tale.
But
If we do
I
that, he will
I
retreat
heard
the
what they're
forest.
talking
Excellent.
about, though, right?
That sounds
If you
great.
walk off, you will not.
Oh,
if you
okay,
stay
gotcha.
nearby, you will. Your
Gotcha.
choice.
I don't think I walked like far away. I think
Okay.
I'm just angrily on the side.
Out of the fog cloud.
I'm angrily on the banks.
Got it.
I'm out of the water.
All right.
Now, where are the locals?
But we should go and see what's happened to Freya as well. She was very angry,
Yes, yes, you might be right.
understandably.
I don't think she wants to talk to me.
I wouldn't push your luck, honestly.
I don't
She'll
think she likes
be
me
fine
anymore.
later. Don't worry.
You did throw her into non-existence for a while.
That seems like an exaggeration. She got to
was
meet.
there, and then she
She
was not there.
got to meet my goddess.
Yeah,
I wish I would have gotten to meet a goddess.
you'll find yours one day.
If
Thanks.
Auntie has taught you anything.
He's learning.
Plenty of fish in the sea.
Let's go find Freya.
That's true. There are fish in the sea, Dad.
Many.
But you never came back there.
Time for this.
I need you to roll a saving throw versus guilt.
We have ley lines to fix. Don't come at me with this family pansy, blansy, bumsy.
Oh, he's having a stroke again.
I don't think he's
Come on.
proficient in guilt.
Is
so
this
he
why
can't
you said
roll
the
it,
things
so.
you said about family, Marcus?
It's been a tough time. Come on.
So as you emerge, perception checks from the lot of you who have not yet rolled them.
Ooh,
18.
5.
You are extremely perceptive.
I am today.
11.
Actually, Chad has a good question. Unless otherwise specified, you're still wearing the coral necklace with the ink.
Oh no, I said I was holding it and like I held it in my fist and like shoved her down while I was still
that
holding
wouldn't
onto
have worked. It would have gone with.
Oh, okay. I would like to get it back from her.
If I was still wearing it, once I got out, the first thing I would have done was take it off and like throw it into the water.
Okay.
I'd have picked it up immediately.
You have to tune the water walk for a moment. You first reach down, you just wait. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Got it.
All right. You got an 18. What did you get?
An 11.
An 11. All right. You almost stumble upon them, but Tiberius catches just in a moment. There's a group on horseback. They don't appear to be the same as the locals.
Hold.
They're led by a tall woman wearing silver and gold bracelets, a woolen cape, and an iron headdress with a golden rose on it. And as they ride out, you hear them saying, "Find Tiberius." And this has been episode 3 of Casters and Castles. One last ride. Thank you for tuning in.
All right.